I won't stop till I hear him say,
Warning: the information that we convey in these videos and the content on this page simply provides general consumer information. It is not legal advice or regulatory guidance. It is not intended to sway your personal bias in any way. We are simply just relaying information already available to the general public. We highly suggest you do your own research and draft your own opinion on the topics disclosed in this video breakdown. Without further ado, sit back, relax, enjoy this video breakdown, and if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, consider doing so now. By tokenizing private securities, the market will be dematerialized, unlocking trillions of dollars. Okay, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. In today's video breakdown, I'm going to be explaining to you all in another video series as to why I am heavily involved with LCX and why I am buying more LCX. I mean, I cannot stress enough, I am loading up on LCX. I've been waiting over a year to purchase LCX, and just this past December and November, I loaded some bags, and as long as price is below 7 cents, I will continuously buy LCX. I'm going to show you guys in today's video breakdown why that is. So LCX holders, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you haven't watched these two previous YouTube videos on LCX that I did on deep dives as to how they are going to be massive players in the future for the tokenization of real world assets, okay, go back and watch these two video breakdowns. I put them also on a new playlist specifically designed for LCX holders, where every time I go down an LCX rabbit hole, okay, you guys can just go check that that video playlist out. It's literally labeled "Why I Am Buying LCX." Okay, so this was the first video breakdown uploaded 4 days ago, going down the rabbit hole, and this video was uploaded 2 days ago, in cahoots with this video. Again, going down the rabbit hole, piecing parts of the breadcrumbs together for you all, showing you all the connections, right? So in today's video breakdown, I'm going to show you all some documents. I'm going to read some PDFs to you all, and we're going to go down the rabbit hole again when it comes to the tokenization of assets. I'm also going to give you guys a specific time parameter in this document here, okay? So watch the connections. Again, why I am heavily loading up on LCX, right? I actually think that in 2023, it's going to become one of my biggest bags, bigger than HBAR. And a lot of my students know, if you're one of my students listening, you know how many coins of HBAR I have. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to surpass my HBAR holdings with LCX. So let's check this document out. Again, smash that thumbs up button if you like deep dives like this. Let's jump in. So LCX, this document came out, okay, in 2019, right? So a couple years ago, but pay attention, the devil's in the details. This document mentions the new world order. It's nuts. And I don't know how people miss this type of stuff, but again, it's because people don't want to, take the time to read these documents. So it says, introducing LCX, a new kind of global financial technology company. LCX's goal is to become one of the world's first licensed and supervised security token exchanges as a regulated marketplace for digital assets. So it's cool looking back in time, okay, and seeing that the LCX exchange has accomplished such things, right? If we come over here, you guys remember, this was just released December 20th, 2022. LCX gains regulatory approval as a physical validator to enable tokenization of assets. This was a massive stepping stone for LCX and something that they put in their vision plan way back in 2019, right? So the rabbit hole goes deeper. LCX wants to provide the key infrastructure for the new market of digital assets and the token economy, which they are accomplishing. To continue this, we have a couple of pages from this. I want you all to pay attention to the details. I highlighted in purple for you all capital markets, because I'm going to give you all a future projection based off of time and based off of market cap of the capital markets being tokenized in the future, right? So check this out. This reads, the collapse of the Lehman Brothers, and this first part is going to play a role, importantly, later on in the Accenture document that I share with you all, because we're going to talk about a level playing field. Right? Everybody connects the whole term level playing field to Ripple and XRP. But again, that's a sideshow. It's the whole entire cryptocurrency market space as a whole and the tokenization of assets. So the collapse of the Lehman Brothers and ensuing financial crisis of 2008 unveiled the systematic risk of modern banking. This modern black swan brought the fragility of the global banking network to the fore, as banks too big to fail suddenly and violently became central points of failure and undermined the stability of the global capital markets. The Internet of Knowledge, connecting the world in previously unimaginable ways. At the core of the Internet of Knowledge was the adoption of the TCP and IP protocols, right? The world's first global protocol for the permissionless exchange of information. With this networking technology spreading globally, the 90s presented not just a wave of opportunity for capital markets, there's that term again, but a complete social and economic shift. Now, we are about to experience this again, okay? So pay attention. This is extremely important. So remember this paragraph. We're going to come back to this when we get over to the Accenture PDF, all right? To continue, it says, creating a digital scarcity in a form of programmable liquidity, token issuance has the potential to transform capital markets. Capital markets will never be the same, and tokens are a new asset class that has huge potential in changing the way capital markets function, but also in making the Internet of Value a reality similar to the Internet of Knowledge. Now, this is where it gets interesting. It says, the new financial order. Interesting how it mentions the new financial order on a documented PDF from LCX that is connected to the World Economic Forum that has 33 pages. If you haven't watched previous video breakdowns on this YouTube channel going over the number 33 and how it is tied in with the elites agenda and whatnot and the masonry behind the elites, I'm not going to explain that, but it's just interesting how this document that mentions the new financial order has 33 pages, right? You guys can see that right at the top here. So this reads, the transformation of capital markets is an essential element of the fourth industrial revolution, which is powered by technology, but is fundamentally different in its cross-disciplinary nature. Infusing physical, digital, and biological worlds, the Internet of Value will become our new reality that is ubiquitous, much like the Internet of Knowledge is today. In this future world that is operated on the Internet of Value, we will have tokenized physical and intangible values, and these crypto assets will be exchanged, managed, and used in seamless, near frictionless ways, like messaging, mailing, and app services are used today. That is a massive statement right there. Again, smash that thumbs up, and if you're still here, it gets deeper. Regulatory issues and lack of appropriate infrastructures to accommodate the Internet of Value, which goes hand in hand with the next generation of capital markets, are the main reasons as to why we have not yet witnessed the explosion of tokenized crypto assets and the establishing of blockchain banking services. So this is the second thing that we're going to come back to, because it literally says right here, regulatory issues are the reason why we have not seen an explosion yet, okay? So pay attention. And we know already, okay, remember I just showed you guys that if regulatory issues are a burden, interesting how LCX is the first regulatory approval exchange physical validator to enable tokenization of assets, right? It's interesting how it's all starting to come together. Again, if you haven't watched the previous video breakdowns, make sure that you go back and check those out. So to continue, we have 2 more pages, okay? It says, by tokenizing private securities, the market will be dematerialized, unlocking trillions of dollars, a value that is currently blocked to serve and support the efficiencies and risks of the current capital market structure. It literally mentions right here, unlocking trillions of dollars. And last but not least, it says, this is the projection for you all, okay? The global real estate market, a traditional asset class that has been growing due to demographics, urbanization trends, and growth in emerging markets, has an estimated value of $217 trillion. Do you all understand that everything, all of that money is about to be tokenized? And who is leading the forefront of this right now? Who is leading? Again, remember, regulatory clarity is what's stifling innovation. It's what's stopping it. Yet here we see LCX gains regulatory approval as the first physical validator to enable tokenization of assets. It's why would you not? You know, I'm not giving you guys financial advice. This is, again, me just projecting to you all why it is that I'm heavily loading up on LCX, okay? Now the rabbit hole goes deeper. So remember how at the top of this, it mentioned the collapse of the Lehman Brothers, right? It says right here, the collapse of the Lehman Brothers and ensuing financial crisis of 2008. Well, let's go over here, okay, to this document, and I want you all to pay attention to details, okay? This is from Business Wire, and it says at the top, LCX named blockchain pioneer by the Blockchain Research Institute. If you don't know who the Blockchain Research Institute is, we're going to get into that in just one second. Some key highlights, it says, as the blockchain pioneer, LCX joins other prominent Blockchain Research Institute members like NASDAQ, Aion, Accenture, Deloitte, IBM, Microsoft, and it says among many more. I think that they left out the DTCC in this because that's the biggest one, right? $2.4 quadrillion in tokenized assets and securities. Here it says, LCX is proud to be named a blockchain pioneer by the Blockchain Research Institute and to join the BRI as a member. We look towards the BRI as a powerful collaborative network as we work to build the infrastructure for the next growth wave of blockchain industries, developing the tools and products for institutional investors to join the crypto asset markets. It literally says right here what they're attempting to do. They're attempting to develop the tools and products for institutional investors to join crypto asset markets. Okay, let me show you guys the progress. Remember, this document at the top of it, remember, this was created in 2019. What did they say they wanted to do? They wanted to provide the key infrastructure for new markets of digital assets in the token economy. Remember that this document also stated that what's holding everything back is regulatory clarity. So this was in 2019. What came out in 2022, just to show you all again, one more time, regulatory approval, the first exchange to enable tokenization of assets. Do you all see how it's all starting to correlate? Okay, back to the BRI. Right? So if we come over here to the Blockchain Research Institute and we look at the members, this is where we're going to go down the rabbit hole. And I have to give a shout out to one of the CYPRX students for sending me this essential PDF. Again, the CYPRX student, Robert, who is part of the crypto research PDF team. I cannot stress enough how appreciative I am of you, of all your hard work and the research that you've done. So coming down here, who are the members? We see right here, Essential. This is going to play an important role. We also see major key entities, the DTCC. Remember in the previous video breakdown, like I said, if you haven't gone and watched those, we talk about $2.4 quadrillion in securities and tokenized assets, right? That the DTCC holds. Fidelity, Deloitte, Hedera Hashgraph, that's a major one right there. IBM, and none other than LCX. Okay, I mean, we have a couple other ones as well, like the NASDAQ, we have Microsoft, okay, P&G, right? But we're going to focus on LCX and Accenture. So heading over here, now that you know that Accenture is part of this BRI or Blockchain Research Institute, this document came in very interesting. This is where, remember I gave you guys the projection, $217 trillion alone in real estate, okay, for the tokenization of real world assets, potentially being merged over to the blockchain. But now we're going to get into a timeline, right? Where everybody in previous video breakdowns in 2022 laughed at me, said that I was incorrect, giving these projections and these long timelines, giving you guys a long-term perspective. Remember, here at CYPRX, our goal is to read these documents to you all and then provide that information for you all so that way you all can generate your own bias. I know how long it is that I'm potentially holding these assets. I know where it is that I want to sell these assets. I'm not one of those moon boys, and we're not one of those channels that's going to sit there and draw Fibonacci's on your chart, filling your dopamine fix for some quick lottery gains, okay? This is real research showing you guys the in-depth perspective of what to expect from the markets in the future, right? So this document reads, towards the markets of tomorrow. Capital Markets Vision 2025. Before we get into this document, capital markets was mentioned on this document over 17 times, okay? And again, this is the document from LCX. Back to this one. If we scroll down to page 6, it says, while transformation is a constant in every industry today, we see the rate of change in technology even further accelerating the flux in capital markets as we progress towards 2025. We believe that trading volumes will continue to rise under the impact of increasing global financial sophistication. The addition of tokenization could also open up new avenues to invest and lend while reducing the cost of doing so. This represents both an opportunity and a threat for the entire capital markets industry. Steering large, complex organizations through today's environment and setting them up for success is never going to be easy. And it's harder given a future in which disruption will likely accelerate. And while no single plan will be right for every firm, we believe that there is a common set of tools to begin the journey to being an industry leader in capital markets by 2025. Again, there's that key date. So we see Accenture as part of the BRI, whom in which LCX is a part of, their vision of the tokenization of real world assets in the future projections that they have. And then we see a member of the BRI giving specific dates, talking about the year 2025. Okay. Now I want to take your attention. Remember how I mentioned the Lehman Brothers incident on the LCX document? Well, if we come down here on the Accenture document, it says, overall, it is clear that the playing field is essentially skewed, and the European banks will need to adopt more agile and flexible business models to generate US-style investment banking returns. Boom. They are going to adopt this technology because what they don't want to happen again is the collapse of the financial system again, right? They do not want this to happen. That is why this transformation is happening. That is why LCX is playing a massive key role in this, because they already have regulatory approval. And as you saw from this document, regulatory approval is one of the things that is hindering the tokenization of real world assets and unlocking trillions of dollars. This is why I'm heavily buying LCX. I cannot stress enough to do your own personal research. This is not me telling you all to go out and buy LCX. This is me explaining to you all why I am purchasing LCX. You all need to do your own research and draft your own opinion. Make sure that you do not take on too much risk in this market. Always accept and understand your risk before you involve yourself in this market space. As always, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video breakdown, you're an LCX holder, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to go back and check out these previous 2 video breakdowns. If you're not up to speed already, like I said, there's a new playlist section on my YouTube channel that you guys can go check out for past LCX video breakdowns. Well, I will continuously do LCX research for you all and upload the videos to that playlist. As always, be cognizant, be aware, and I will see you all in the next YouTube video breakdown.
I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh.